It's not expensive to do these things. I mean, you're looking at $2-3 a day, right? I'm always amazed at the number of people. The first thing is, how much does everything cost? They spend $600 a month, or $300 a month, or whatever, to keep a car running. And I cannot believe how many people won't spend $2 a day to keep themselves running. And the key part is taking charge. But, you know, I'd like you to hear Joey's story, just so you can see how far we can bring people back, because people that are diagnosed stage 4 cancer, say, or people that have this or are given that, they are given false information. I mean, I just helped a little 1.5-year-old, 15 months actually, you know, at Montreal Sick Kids that was sent home to die, and they're fine 4 months later. We did that through the breast milk of a mother, by the way. And you know, Susan, 6 months have passed now, and the pharmacist who is so eager to talk to me because she's blown away with all this information, every week Christine emails me and calls me and says, has she called you yet? Not yet. But, and that's the system we got to change. We got to get openness. I mean, you heard today on the news, you know, talking about, you know, we got to be accountable, we got to be open. I mean, it's important because it's not just us, it's little children everywhere. You know, all these diseases are getting younger and younger in huge numbers. So, Joey, just tell your story. And
well, I'm going to try to do it like more in a nutshell, but it's turned into such a soap opera in the last 4.5 years. It's unbelievable. I've been battling colorectal cancer since September of 2004. I had surgery followed by chemotherapy, 6 months worth, and 25 sessions of radiation, because when they removed the cancerous tumor and the pathology came back, there was one lymph node out of 29 that were removed was cancerous. So anyway, about 4 months into that first round of chemo, it was detected, well, I should say, I was told I still, you know, the prognosis was still good though. But then about 4 months into the chemo, I was in a lot of pain, and after several tests, it was determined that I now had metastases to the bone. I had, and still do have, a tumor in my sacrum. And so then they gave me 1.5 to 2 years to live, and another round of chemo and radiation, palliative, 5 very intensive palliative radiation treatments, which destroyed my body just about. So anyway, then I heard about Paul, and I went to listen to him speak, and I thought, you know what, this really makes sense to me. I have nothing to lose anyway, so I went on everything. Within 2 weeks, I should tell you, I wasn't able to walk either. I could barely sit. Was walking with a walker and in a lot of pain, and I was also on morphine, which he didn't know for a while. So anyway, I started all the supplements. Within a couple of weeks, I started feeling better, and I actually could walk without my walker, and it was just, energy was really good, and I thought, wow, this is pretty great, you know. And about after 12 weeks, when it actually peaks, I was feeling really good energy-wise, but still in a lot of pain. So I talked to Paul because I was going to increase my morphine, and he told me, his exact words were, if you don't get off the morphine, you're going to die. And I knew he was right, because I had just gotten results of another bone scan, and the metastases had further spread to my left rib cage and my neck. So I thought, wow. So I got myself off the morphine using natural anti-inflammatories. And it took a while, but once I got off, it was 10 weeks that I got off of everything, and once I was off of everything, it just turned around. Every test I had after that, things were happening. I mean, first it just stopped, then the next test, it was gone from the neck, then the next test, it was gone from the ribs. I'm so active now, it's unbelievable, considering at one point I couldn't sit, couldn't walk, couldn't do anything. And I still have a tumor in my sacrum, but it has tremendously shrunk, and there's all new bone growth around it. And unfortunately, from the radiation, the intensive palliative radiation, I ended up with a permanent colostomy, because it damaged my colon so badly that I was having problems, and I had a stricture in my colon. That's from the palliative radiation. I also have neurological damage. I have numbness in my feet and in my bottom if I sit too long or stand too long, but I can live with that. My doctor, my oncologist, is really blown away. because when the metastases spread to the neck and the ribs, they gave me 6 months to a year and a half to live. And that's a long time ago. It's going to be 4 years in 4 years in May that I started on the supplements, and I can tell you they work. And if it wasn't for Paul and Susan, who Susan, she's the one who introduced me to Paul, I wouldn't be here today. I can tell you that much. And I'm so glad I'm here. My girls are, and I have a grandchild, which I never thought I'd see in a million years. And yeah, I'm just happy, and now I want to just pay it forward. I tell as many people as I can. But that's all I can do, is just tell people, and it's up to people to take responsibility for their health. That's what I did, because I knew I was on my way out. So, and Paul has a lot of explaining to do.
Thank you, Joey. When you first come to hear me speak, it was, I think, at the Oakville
Library. The library on Beatty Street, May 26, 2005.
You were in the front row, and
with my walker.
you were about 90 pounds, and you didn't look like
Gray,
you were going to make it.
No hair. Yeah, it did not look too good.
And we were mentioning that, you know, isn't that a great story? I mean, you know, yes, we showed her what to do, but she did it. The other part that you have to understand there is she wanted to be here. You see, people phone me from all over the world, just like you phoned me this week, okay? And I have got to a point after 20 years of helping people now, that the first thing I do is I ask people, do you want to live? If they take more than 20 seconds to answer, I hang up.